Why did he leave?
Because he saw the cap. Because they came to him with a 10-year deal at more money than they ever offered anyone in the history of the company, with increases every year for 10 years. At the time, with the exception of the deal that they had offered Bret Hart that they had to pull because they were losing the Monday Night Wars, this was the longest deal that was being offered in WWE, and for by far the most money. And he's sitting there with a 10-year contract in front of him, and all these financial planners are saying, and of course we're going to invest in this, and you're going to beat the market by 6 points, and you're going to put this in treasury bonds, and you know, and then this country has bonds that are very secure, and they're insured, and they pay 20%, and you know, and at the end of this 10 years you can retire, and your children will never have to work, and your grandchildren will never have to work, and this is how much you if you lived to 92, you can spend this much money per week and never touch the principal. And he understood exactly how much he could make. He saw the cap. He saw the ceiling. And though for a poor farm boy, this was money that he never dreamed of in life, once he's faced with the reality of, I know exactly how much I'm going to make 10 years from now, and I'm envisioning more. But they're not going to give me more, because this is more than they give anybody else. So if this is all I can make here isn't enough for me. And he decided, I'm going to be worth a lot more to these people if I leave, go out, become a bigger celebrity on the outside world, and come back as that celebrity than if I'm the homegrown product of Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory. You're only worth as much as the other guy will pay you. There were no other guys in this business, so he had to go outside the business. So the first move was football, even though he never played a down in his life. And of course, on his way to trying out for the Minnesota Vikings, having never played college ball, never played high school ball, probably never even touched a football on the farm. That's just not what they did in rural Webster, South Dakota. He decides to go to the Minnesota Vikings training camp and try out. Before this happens, he flips a motorcycle in Minneapolis, cracks his pelvis, tears his groin, breaks his jaw. They want to wire his jaw shut, which means he can't eat, can't keep the nutrition going, can't keep the bulk on, and shows up injured to the Minnesota Vikings training camp. They know he's injured. They know he has a broken pelvis and a torn groin, and God knows what else the injuries were at the time, or displaced, whatever the injury was. I'm sure I've embellished it over the years, but he was fucked up. He was really fucked up, and he runs the quarter mile and the 100-yard dash in Olympic qualifying time. Not just best of the team, not just best recruit they've ever seen. If he were to try out for the Olympics in track and field at 295 pounds, he is running injured. He's running because he's so explosive. He's running these numbers in Olympic qualifying time. You know, like the 9 foot tall guy who's every stride is 25 feet. And that's why he's such a, who's 9 feet tall and, 112 pounds.
Yeah.
And he's the Olympic gold medal track star. And those are the numbers that he's putting in at 6'3", 295. And he's the last guy cut from the team, and they want him to go to European football. And he goes, nah, I'm not doing that. No, I'll fight. I was a wrestler when I was 5. I won the NCAA Division I heavyweight championship. I'm pretty good at that. There's some disciplines I got to learn, but I'll put together my own training camp and I'll make it about me, and I'll take my freakish super athleticism and I'll take on the best. And so he did. And in his fourth fight, he did the 1K1 fight. Then it was Frank Mir, Heath Herring, then Randy Couture. Third UFC fight, fourth professional MMA fight. He beats the greatest heavyweight of all time, Randy Couture, standing up. Knocked him out. Knocked him out. It wasn't a grappling hold. Wasn't he took him down to the canvas and rode him for 3 rounds, or now it would be 5. He knocked out Randy Couture to become the UFC heavyweight champion.